I was always under pressure from my young age, always under pressure. On Marseille, the pressure that was ridiculous. Okay, my dad was a great player, so let's say I was kind of born into it. And then you realize I was getting higher, not even yet being a professional, even when you get to the academy and you're 15, 16, you realize the pressure is starting to mount because people signing their first professional contract at 17, 18, 19. Everyone's road is different, but, you know, you still want to get there. So you start to realize like the pressure is mounting there and you need to be strong, you need to be tough. And then when you get to that professional contract, and then you look at it and you're like, oh, I'm in the first team, and you see all these players ahead of you and you're thinking, when am I going to get in? So all that is part of it. Then the real expectations come. You know, that's people expecting you to perform, people expecting you to be always good. One bad game and it's the end of the world and da. But I just feel that you need to be calm. You need to have your aim, your goal, which is usually to win the game. You can't, you know, change the fact that there will be pressure. The pressure is there, but how do you deal with it? How do you relate to it? How are you able to be at home the night before or in your hotel room in camp and just relax and see things clearly? I think I grew up into that, so I was always under pressure from my young age, always under pressure. On Marseille, the pressure that was ridiculous. So I think growing up into it, you can't say it's easier to learn, but it's something that becomes part of you. And others who bring the pressure along the line as they're becoming better players, more known, etc., people expect much more. I had expectations on me already because of my dad, so that was difficult, to be fair, very difficult. But I had to, I wouldn't say work harder because I was working hard, but I just had to be able to deal with it and not focus on that and just be able to play my game, which was not very easy at the start, because even when you look at the newspapers, you can score a goal and you'll be written the son of da scored, then they write your name after. So it was a bit difficult, but I had one aim, was to make my name, and I was able to do that. And it just took hard work, it took determination, a lot of criticism coming, hitting you left, right, center. When you had the dad who was the best African player of all time, I think you should realize that you're going to have naturally people who are jealous of you without you having done anything to them. So you have to be able to deal with that and take it and be even stronger. And I think I went through it really well. But for any young guy coming out from his dad's, shadows or the pressure, we have one life, we live one life. You just need to do what you know how to do best. Stay calm, look at your performance, your game, what you can improve, focus on the player you're going to play against, and you'll be okay. It's sitting here saying that it's easy, but it is the reality. It is what it is, and you need to calm down, focus, and look at what it is. It's 11 players on the pitch. Sometimes the pressure is really high. You can't take it away, but you need to do what you have to do, and that's how you can get to the highest level if you can deal with pressure. I think the players who can't deal with pressure growing up can't make it to the highest level. Some players are not as good as others, but they can deal with the demands, they can deal with pressure, and they're able to get to the highest level because they have the nerves to control their emotions, on the pitch and off the pitch, before and after the game.
You've touched on it a couple of times there, but for anybody who isn't aware or doesn't know, your dad was 3-time African Footballer of the Year, like an absolute superstar. Your uncles were footballers. Growing up, did you feel like, were people expecting you to be a footballer, or did you want to be?
I wanted to be a footballer. Well, I grew up like how my kids are now growing up with me, right? So they see me going playing football, etc. So I love the game already. When I was young and I wanted to play football, my dad wasn't too keen because he knows how difficult it is. He knows the pressure around it and stuff. But as soon as I decided that I wanted to play, you know, I had the support, I had the backing, and he was supporting me every time. But my uncles and my dad's brothers and everyone who's played, like our whole family who's played football, were expecting me to do a lot, you know, was expecting me to be able to succeed at the highest level, to play for the Ghana national team, to, you know, a lot of things. So it was a good thing, but also there's a lot of pressure on that because you know that everyone is just looking at you and saying he has to succeed.